Hi, I'm Leslie, and this is a bonus offering from the 5-Minute Facilitator. And it's just a reminder of all of the things that we have covered in facilitating engagement. In climate setting, there were 4 different categories in which we can set the climate. So there's the physical, like how is the furniture arranged? Are there enough tables around the room? Is there food in the room? Is there a grazing table? What are the lights like? Can you dim them? Is there natural lighting? What's the temperature like? What are the smells like? Then mental, is there a clear goal, clear agenda? Have we taken care of the housekeeping? Expectations. Climate setting is emotional. What do we need to feel emotionally available? So a warm greeting, setting up the safety net of agreements, having a framework. And then vibrationally, what can we do to set the climate? Intention. The next class was about agreements. Arguably, for me, the most important, the most powerful tool that I use to accelerate deep, sustainable learning. This is a contract. And the agreements are a safety net. 3 steps to set up. 2 questions or 2 statements. So I say this is the learning objective. What do you need in order to really learn? And that everybody gets to be the police of this, not just the facilitator. The second step is the list, where you simplify and clarify, and then you record their word so that it's always visible. And we say that it's a living document. And then agree. And then it's ouch. All right, so we just say anybody can call it. And there's an eyeball agreement. Maybe we even have to sign it. And then we post it. The learning styles, each learner has their own filters. And there are at least 3 different ways that learners prefer to learn. So the real key in all of this is that you hit all of them. So there's the visual learners, and they like to have the slides and the handouts, and they want videos, they want color. The auditory learners want to have a lecture or stories or music, or if you've got the wrong kind of music, it can be very jarring for them. The kinesthetic learner wants to just do it. They want props, they want to build stuff, they want to dance, they want to wiggle, they want to do it. The group dynamics says that with any group where there's more than 2 people or 1 or 2, more than 1 person, that there's a natural order that happens. And we don't always go exactly from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. We can slip back and forth a whole bunch of times. I did have one group that stayed in storming the whole time, 90% of the time, until the very end. They moved to norming and performing, and we were out of there within a very short period of time. I don't wish that on you, but just saying. So forming, this is when we arrive and we're fresh, we're in our best behavior, we're credentialing. There may be some resistance in the room. Storming is when the resistance becomes really evident. There are challenges, people are polarizing, maybe challenging you, the facilitator. And then there's norming. This is when there's an acceptance, when we start to commit, start working from our strengths. The part that we really want to get to is performing. So this is creative, it's productive, rich learning is happening, people are solving problems, they're supporting each other. It's wonderful. It's why we all get into teaching and learning. And then your job is when that's happening, to sit back and drink the coffee. And then a journey. That's when we reflect a little bit. They ask their last questions. Say, well, let's hook up on Facebook. We say our thanks. Oh. And somehow, sliding backwards here, I didn't get into the feedback. So in feedback, very important. So there's formative and there's summative feedback. So the summative is what happens at the very end, and the formative is what happens during the workshop. And it's so important to be very clear what to ask. And so we do it by numbers, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about something? We do it with words, one word that best describes your level of engagement, how you value your learning. And then the third is suggestions. Specifically tell me what's working really well, and I'll keep doing it. And then EBI, even better if, and then I'll see if I can change it. So I'm just going to flash through these again and say thank you. It is my pleasure to work with you through this. Very happy to help in any way that I can. I'm Leslie Robinson. This is the 5-Minute Facilitator. Let's talk soon.